Hi, I'm Sarah Birkendine with Casey Mobile Vet, and today I'm going to talk about fillers. And one of the most popular ingredient that people like to call a filler is corn. So I'm going to dispel that myth right away. Corn is not a filler. I have had so many people over the years come in and say, well, I know it doesn't have any corn, so it has to be a great food because it just doesn't have any corn. So it astounds me that while corn is supposedly so bad to be in dog foods, but for your 4th of July picnic or your Memorial Day or Labor Day festivities, a lot of us are going to have corn on the cob, grilled out. I eat sides of corn with my tacos and things like that. So if it's so bad for animals, why do we eat it? Again, it's never made sense to me that this is a filler. And I think people will respond back and say, well, not to be gross, but it goes in and comes out the same way it went in if we're eating it off, corn on the cob. So we just eat it and it makes us get fat. Or I've had some people who grew up on a farm and had cattle, and they said, well, I don't know, but we just fed the cows corn to get them to gain weight. So it was basically just to get them fat. Well, that's not entirely true, but I will say, again, corn is not a filler. Corn is not a bad ingredient. Corn is not just put in there because it's cheap. I will say it probably is one of the least expensive ingredients we can put into dog food, which is a good thing, because why does everything have to be expensive, right? But it is a very, very good ingredient. It is high in lots of vitamins and minerals. In fact, and I have to look up to see how to pronounce this, it is loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin. Both are phytonutrients, which are really, really good to help keep our eyes healthy, really healthy vision. So that's wonderful. Did you also know that it has insoluble fiber? And insoluble fiber is what helps feed the good bacteria in our gut. So right now, everyone's wanting to take probiotics, and it's a good thing. But we also have talked about prebiotics, if you've heard about that. Prebiotics are what the good bacteria eat, that insoluble fiber. So corn is very high in that insoluble fiber, so it's going to help keep our good bacteria healthy in our gut, to keep them alive so that they can actually increase and keep our immune system in check. And there's tons more that I'm sure we're going to find out down the road that the probiotic effect is going to do for our bodies as well. It also has a lot of B vitamins, iron, protein, potassium. So corn is actually amazing. It's when we have it in animal foods or pet foods, dog foods, cat foods, we actually see it cooked and mashed up. So unlike where we eat it off the cob, it's going to be cooked and mashed up, releasing all of those nutrients. Now, when we do cook it, we do lose some of the vitamin A, I believe. Vitamin C. So the vitamin C level goes down when we cook it, but Cornell, in one of their studies, they found that when we cook it, although we lose that vitamin C, we increase a lot of our antioxidants. And what antioxidants do is that they help lower our risk of heart disease, Alzheimer's on our side, cataracts, and a lot of the aging issues that we'll see. So the other thing too, and I'm getting this from Eating Well magazine actually, that it has a lot of ferulic acid, which is a compound that helps fight cancer. So really actually has a ton of wonderful, wonderful benefits for our health. So again, I think I snuck it in there, but it has protein in there. So again, probably one of the other reasons that we're feeding it to cattle, because it has some protein in there. It's wonderful for getting a lot of jam-packed nutrients in a small, dense quantity of food. And it is cheap. So we should all be jumping for joy that we can find an ingredient that's cheap, that is good for you, and that we have found how to deliver it in this way for our dogs and cats. So I'm gonna go cook the corn on the cob for our dinner tonight, and I'm gonna give that to my kids too. And I'm not gonna worry at all whatsoever when I say that the iams that I feed my dogs has corn in it. I'm not worried. It's a fantastic ingredient. And in one of my previous videos, I talked about this, but our bodies have requirements for nutrients, not ingredients. So it doesn't matter how you get your nutrients. I don't care what ingredient you use. It doesn't matter to me whether you get it from corn or whether you get it from a host of other vegetables. But you just have to realize that it doesn't matter the ingredient, and a lot of the marketing out there has been towards, hey, let's not use corn, it's a filler, let's use, and it's cheap. Why would you feed that to your dog if you love them, you know? Well, hey, I feed it to my kids. I eat it myself. It has a lot of jam-packed nutrients and minerals and vitamins and things that our body needs. So if you remember anything, remember corn is not a filler, and remember that our body has requirements for nutrients, not for ingredients. So as long as you're getting those nutrients, it matters not to your body how it comes and what it looks like. All right? Have a wonderful Sunday, and we will talk to you soon.